Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrendTV. This is Viprajesh from VST Motors Kia showroom in Salem today, and I'm here with the brand new Kia Carens Family MPV. This is the top spec luxury plus 7-seater variant. Till date, cars like the Maruti Suzuki Ertiga XL6 and the Mahindra Marazzo have not been able to completely impress family buyers. So Kia Motors India have now introduced the new Kia Carens. The most unique thing about the Kia Carens is the overall design. The Kia Carens tries to merge the size and proportions of an MPV and the aggressive design language of an SUV. So just like an SUV, you get to see this split headlamp setup with the star map signature LED DRLs and a large and aggressive air dam bumper design. This is the topmost luxury plus variant, so it gets all LED headlamps including LED fog lamps. The fog lamps are neatly integrated into the air dam design, which is where you can also see the signature tiger nose grille. Yes, the tiger nose grille has been shifted down on towards the bumper, whereas the Kia Carens does not get an upper grille. Instead, it gets an opaque panel with chrome highlights. Moving on towards the sides, this is where the SUV highlights of the design are visible. This topmost luxury plus variant gets these dual-tone machine-cut 16-inch alloy wheels as standard, while the best part is that all-wheel disc brakes are standard across all variants. The Kia Carens boasts of the longest wheelbase in the MPV category. However, the cabin and greenhouse design reminds us of the MG Gloster and some other boxy SUVs. This luxury plus variant also gets chrome finished door handles along with chrome finished window line. And mind you, the windows are huge, so visibility is not going to be an issue. Almost all variants will get this fiber extra long roof rail as standard. However, an electric sunroof is exclusive only for this luxury plus. As you can see, the A-pillar is rather thin, thus improving the overall visibility. Moving towards the rear, in contrast with the front design, the rear is rather neat and elegant. Like every other MPV, the tailgate is rather large, and these star map LED tail lamps are also a signature highlight on the rear design. The rear bumper also is aggressive in terms of design and offers chrome highlights, and while 4 reverse parking sensors are standard across all variants, a reverse parking camera is available from the second level variant itself. Similarly, a rear windshield wiper washer defogger is also available from the mid-spec variant itself. So that was all about the exterior design highlights of the Kia Carens. Let's now get inside the cabin. Yes folks, I'm right now inside the brand new Kia Carens top spec variant, and this is the diesel automatic variant. So this is how that dashboard looks like. Immediately you can recognize this as a very high quality cabin, as it looks very premium while also feeling premium in terms of materials, the choice of colors and the multiple texture options as well. First, let's talk about the dashboard. Well, the design of the dashboard is that like it wraps around you starting from the door. It extends from the door to door, so it definitely feels like a cockpit. So this is rather nice. The touchscreen system is integrated into the design of the dashboard itself. It does not stand out. Instead, it is one black complete piece like panel which integrates the touchscreen system neatly. So that is again rather nice. And this instrument cluster is a fully digital one. I'll explain that when I turn it on. For now, let's start with the features which are visible before you turn on the engine. You can see this flat bottom steering wheel, which we have already seen on the Kia Seltos, the Sonet. So this is almost identical, which also provides cruise control. on the right side spoke of the steering wheel. On the left side, you get to see the steering mounted audio controls, and the MID control for the instrument cluster are located over here just beside the cruise control buttons. This car is surprisingly very good in terms of features, as it also provides tilt and telescopic adjustment for the steering wheel, which is the first time in an MPV under 20 lakh rupees. Now talking about other things, this car obviously gets automatic headlamps. And another highlight on the steering wheel are the paddle shifters. Not only the petrol turbocharged automatic variants, even the diesel automatic variants get paddle shifters. So basically all automatic versions of the Kia Carens get paddle shifters as standard for the additional sporty feel. And now coming towards the right side of the steering wheel, you get to see the push button start. There is also the ESP traction control turning off button. This is one MPV where ESP traction control with hill hold and hill descent control, or they are calling it the downhill brake control, these are standard features across all variants. So this is truly a superb package in terms of safety. This here is the button to turn off the ESP traction control, which I would not recommend. And this here is the headlamp leveler controller scroller over here. So the safety is also pretty good in the Kia Carens. Now talking about other interesting bits on the dashboard itself, well, there are a lot of interesting bits in the Kia Carens in terms of design, utility and function. For example, the AC vents. You can see that these AC vents are unbelievably sleek, integrated neatly into the dashboard. Running across the width of the dashboard itself is this silver lining, which also integrates the AC vents. There is also this small separate vent over here, specifically designed for your air freshener. So this is clear, superb thinking. Very innovative thinking, to be frank. And the AC vents themselves, all AC vents can be individually shut off by sliding them to a particular direction. The center AC vents, if you slide them towards opposite direction on the way towards the hazard button over here, then they get automatically shut off, completely shut off, and only minimal level of airflow will be there. The outside AC vents, on the other hand, they also can be completely shut off by pushing them towards outside of the car, so they can be completely shut off. So this is also rather useful in case if you don't want that much airflow. And coming to other pop-out storage spaces, yes, they have thought of that as well. This pop-out cup holder is standard across all variants, and they come really very handy. And it is also good that they are placed over here, because the AC vent is over here. Whatever drink you place over there will also get cooled from that AC vent, so that is nice again. Similarly, on the right side of the driver, you also get this small pop-out pocket over here. This is not a cup holder, but just a pocket for your coins or tickets or whatever small item you would like to place over here. So that is again nice. Well, apart from that, coming to the center console, you obviously get the wireless charging facility. This is the key of the car. This is the smart key, quite similar to the Seltos and the Sonet, so no surprise over here. So I am placing the key over there. Now coming back to the wireless charger, you get this wireless charging pad over here for one large smartphone. So this is also very handy and in trend with almost all cars in this category in today's age. Then on either side of this wireless charging storage box over here, you get multiple buttons. 3 buttons on either side. I'll show you them. Well, these here on top are the ventilated seat buttons for the front seats alone, whereas this one here is for the park assist and this one is for the parking camera. On the right side, you get this downhill braking control button over here, and there is also the engine drive mode button over here. And in terms of charging options, you get a 12-volt charging socket along with one USB normal type port, and there's also a C-type USB port for additional flexibility and modernity. Then coming behind that, you get this standard automatic transmission gear lever, which is standard across all automatic variants, be it the petrol DCT or this 6-speed torque converter. You get the same exact gear lever selector, which is nice and handy to use, and it also feels premium with this leather feel over here. So that is nice again. And other intelligently designed storage pockets include this console of cup holders over here. Well, this is the lemon for the puja, so I'll place that over there. So this is the cup holder, which also can be cooled, and you can also shut off the cooling if you don't want your drink to be cooled. So this is again nicely designed and planned, and you can see the AC vents over here just beside these cup holders. Then this center console storage armrest over here, this is also pretty flexible. However, it is not adjustable for sliding. but still it has decent level of intelligent storage space on the inside. You get this first tray over here once you open the lid. This can be used for storing your wallet or some small items, whereas if you don't want this, you can also remove this. And on the inside you get a rather deep storage pocket, which can be used even for your small water bottles or some large stuff. So really nicely integrated and nicely planned over here. Everything has been given proper attention to detail in terms of storage and convenience and clever thinking. Now, in fact, it is time to turn on the engine of this car, because there is a lot more features integrated into this touchscreen system and this instrument cluster. So turning on the engine. Yes, so this is how it looks like, and this digital instrument cluster turns on in a normal purple color. This is the normal color for the instrument cluster, and if you change the drive mode, the color of these tachometer and the speedometer surround also change accordingly. So getting into the details of this instrument cluster, apart from these purple rings on the outside of the speedometer and tachometer, this MID in the center is customizable. Well, it is quite similar to the one we have seen on the Kia Sonet, and they can be controlled using the buttons over here on the steering wheel. In terms of menu options, the display options, you get tire pressure monitoring system obviously, and you also get highline tire pressure monitoring system as standard across all variants, which is also seriously commendable. Well, you get the fuel tank gauge on the left side bottom over there on the corner, and on the right side corner is the engine temperature gauge. So this is also pretty understandable. Now coming towards this advanced touchscreen system, this is no longer the Yuvo Connect touchscreen system. It is instead the Kia Connect touchscreen system. On this top spec variant, you get a whole lot of features integrated into this system itself. You can also see the positioning of the touchscreen system. It is slightly tilted towards the top so that it is more convenient to access and look at even while you are driving in multiple lighting situations and conditions. Now talking about the features integrated into this system, you get standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity, and you also get a reverse parking camera display, which can be turned on by pressing this button over here. So that's how the reverse parking camera monitor looks like. It also gets adaptive guidelines as standard, so that is also nice. You also get a separate sensor monitor display on the side over here, which also can be really convenient. So that was all about that. Now coming to other features, you get navigation through Kia Connect, and you also get connected car features through the Kia Connect, which is over here, and the telematic controls are also located in the IRVM itself. Yes, this IRVM is an auto dimming IRVM, electrochromic auto dimming IRVM to be precise, which also integrates the SOS, the emergency assist button, and the Kia Connect button over here. Amongst other connected car features including geofencing, live tracking, diagnostics, and vehicle locator, the Kia Carens also offers remote engine start-stop using either the key fob or the smartphone app. Even the air conditioning and ventilated seats can be operated remotely using your smartphone app. On a hot summer day, these features will help maintaining the cabin cool and comfortable before you get inside the car. So this all is expected because all these features are already available on the Kia Seltos and the Sonet top spec variants. Now some unexpected features in this Kia Carens is 64 color ambient mood lighting. Yes, getting into the settings, I'll show you how it works. You get into the vehicle setup, and there is also lights. So selecting this ambient light, you can select whatever color you want. There is up to 64 colors of selection available, and you have multiple settings for the ambient lighting as well. If you want the ambient lighting to change according to the multiple drive modes, you can also do that by linking it to the drive mode. So first I'll show you the ambient lighting and custom color. Set custom color, so you can see the 64 colors available as standard in this car, and whatever color you want to choose, you basically have to turn on the parking lamp or at least the headlamp in order to check out the ambient lighting. So once you turn on the ambient lighting, it will be clearly visible on the dashboard, underneath the AC vents, and in the door pads as well, and this grab handle area over here in the door armrest. So this is rather neat and very premium kind of BMW cars, if I may say, and this definitely is a premium feature. And if you don't want custom color, you can also choose among these fixed colors which are also available inbuilt in this touchscreen system. So this is also pretty handy and very convenient. Talking about convenience, you also get this rather nice, cool looking automatic climate control console over here. Well, it is very hot today and I'm going to turn on the AC. Over here, this console over here is basically touch based. So if you want to turn off the AC, it is touch. The rear defogger, it is just touch. So this is nice and cool and easy to use. Nothing very flamboyant and nothing very complex. This is very simple, very convenient and superbly integrated into the dashboard, because it, as you can see, it flows neatly with the faux aluminum finish running across the width of the dashboard, neatly integrating into the design. Then talking about cooling and convenience, obviously you have to talk about the ventilated seats. Both the front seats get 3-speed ventilation as standard on the top spec variants at least, and they cool instantly. Now these seats, well, talking about the seats, they are very convenient and comfortable, and you also get standard leather upholstery. The leather quality is superb, to be frank. Interestingly, you can see the color choice for the interior. Even on the dashboard, the steering wheel, you get this indigo blue kind of shade over here on the dashboard, on the steering wheel, on the door pad tops as well. The same blue has been carried forward into the seats, these leather seats especially. So this is superb. And obviously the ventilation function, it adds to even further comfort, convenience and superb luxury, at least for the front seats. Now that we are talking about luxury, now let's get to the roof, where you get to see this sunroof. Yes, that is this standard size electric sunroof available as standard on the top spec, which is obviously going to find favor with many Indian buyers, especially on an MPV, because technically speaking, neither the Ertiga nor the XL6 or even the Innova provides an electric sunroof. The Kia Carens is the only MPV in this category to provide an electric sunroof. And the controls for this electric sunroof are located obviously over here, along with the interior lighting, which are also white cabin lamps available as standard. The reason for which the Kia Motors have not provided a panoramic sunroof is that you get separate individual AC vents for all rear seat passengers. Roof mounted AC is better for cabin cooling, especially on an MPV, and that's the reason they have not provided a panoramic sunroof. So I feel that AC vents are a better choice instead of massive panoramic sunroofs, especially on an MPV. Last but not least, let's talk about the multiple drive modes. Yes, I have not shown that yet. So pressing this button over here will automatically change the drive mode in this instrument cluster. There is the sport mode, there is economy mode and the normal mode. So these are the 3 modes available as standard, and accordingly the colors of the interior ambient mood lighting and the instrument cluster surround also changes. So economy mode gives you this bluish green shade. This normal mode gives a purple kind of light purple shade, and there is also the sports red shade, which is obviously sport is related with red, so there is also the red. So according to this drive mode, the interior ambient lighting also changes. So all this is super, very luxurious, very premium. Now talking about some essential features on the driver door. Yes, you can see all 4 power windows, which is also expected to be available as standard, with one touch down function for the driver window, along with one touch up function as well. The ORVMs obviously are auto folding ones. Well, not only auto folding ORVMs, the ORVMs also have another intelligent feature which can be customized using this touchscreen system. Once you go into the setting, you just get into the welcome mirror function. Well, you don't even have to unlock the car for the mirrors to open. Once you just get nearby the car, the Kia Carens will automatically welcome you by auto unlocking, auto unfolding the ORVMs, which is a nice and super cool feature. Now let's talk about some standard storage options in the Kia Carens. Apart from the center console and these cup holders over here, you get the standard glove box, which is of a rather average size. This glove box is not cooled definitely, but still the size is average, and to compensate for the average size glove box, there is a whole lot of storage options in the car, including this center console armrest, the cup holders and this wireless charging pad over here. And there are 2 bottle holders in the front doors, which is quite unique. And there is obviously, according to the latest trend, you get umbrella holder integrated into the front doors alone. So rather lot of interesting details, storage options and convenience options in the Kia Carens in the front part of the cabin at least. And finally, there is also the sunglass holder, which is also felt lined on the inside. The sun visors are of a standard size, with the passenger side alone getting a vanity mirror as expected. Well, that was all about the features in the front part of the Kia Carens cabin. Let's now take a look at the second row seats. Yes folks, I'm right now in the second row of the new Kia Carens Cross MPV, and this is how the dashboard looks like. To be frank, as I already said, this is a rather simplistically designed interior. However, it does not lack features. In fact, it is full of features, fully loaded with features, and everywhere you can find convenient and comfortable touches of luxury and super thoughtfulness as well. So while talking about the rear seats, well, the second row seats to be precise, this is the maximum level of space you get on this top spec luxury plus variant. Well, actually this is a lot of space over here. It may appear slightly less because of this air purifier system integrated into the front seat back over here. Well, talking about the air purifier, this is a more advanced unit of air purifying system over here, which provides displays and all those details regarding the air quality and all that. In case if the air is rather impure, then this air purifier works to its maximum limit and will create slightly more noise than expected. However, if you find that intrusive, you can simply turn this off just like that. So that's how it's done. And while talking about the rear seat space, again, there is a lot of knee room over here if the second row is slid all the way back. So this is the most backward position over here, and right now I'll push this left side seat to the all the way forward position. So this is the minimum amount of legroom available for the second row seat passengers, with the second row itself slid all the way forward. However, there is ample amount of recline adjustment available as standard on all variants. As you can see, these are the leather upholstery seats with the same exact light ivory beige color combination with blue, and this seriously looks premium while also having great quality as well. So regarding the recline adjust, you just have to use this lever over here to recline up to its maximum limit. So this is the maximum level of recline over here, and if you have maximum legroom as well, then you can simply relax in these second row seats. So that is the same case with this side seat over here, this larger seat over here. And yes, this is the 7-seat version of the Kia Carens. I forgot to mention that this is the 7-seat version. So this also has the middle seat over here, and there is an interesting detail regarding this middle seat of the Kia Carens 7-seater, because as you can see, there is no separate integrated armrest inside the seat. Instead, Kia Motors have decided to make an armrest of the mid seat itself. So in case if you don't want this armrest over here, then you can just make it as a middle seat for the center passenger. However, if you want to use it as an armrest, you just need to pull this tag over here and, well, fold it right this way to make it as an armrest. So this easily doubles up as an armrest and looks super cool. So the thing is that even the 7-seater can be incredibly flexible. If you want to make it a 6-seater, it can literally work as a 6-seater, because there is the gap over here just like the 6-seat version, and there is also an individual armrest separating the right side and left side passengers of the second row. So how cool is that? I wonder why no other manufacturer thought about this. There are 2 cup holders integrated into this armrest regarding convenience, and there are also 2 adjustable headrests available as standard. So, well, that's it about the second row seating, comfort and flexibility options. Well, talking about the features for the second row passengers, apart from the air purifier, you get multiple storage options over here, including the standard seat back pockets as expected. And this luxury plus variant also provides this rather robust and strong foldable tray, which probably you can use to, say, watch movies by fixing your tab over here, or maybe work your laptop on top of this, and probably even eat or drink. And there is also a separate cup holder over here for that. So this is rather robust, and in case if you are charging your laptop or your tablet, you can slot the wire through this crevice over here, so that it does not interfere with your knee room or legs. So that is pretty nice. There is also a separate netting over here for your smaller items, and, well, basically that's it. Now coming to the center console end over here, you get this rather super high quality and huge fan blower speed control for the rear AC vents alone. This controller controls these roof mounted AC vents on top of the Kia Carens. Well, there are 4 separate AC vents for the rear seat passengers. As you can clearly see, they easily can be shut off like this, completely looking flush with the roof, or you can also use this slider over here to control the airflow. So everything has been neatly integrated. The attention to detail in the Kia Carens is simply incredible. Similarly, just like these 2 AC vents for the second row passengers, there are also couple AC vents for the third row passengers as well. And well, you can see the LED cabin lamp for the third row passengers, and yes, the second row passenger also get their own individual LED cabin lamps. So rather superb again. Then obviously, just like the front doors, the rear doors also get the interior ambient mood lighting in this grab handle area over here, and all 4 power windows of course are standard, nothing surprising about that. Just like the front doors, you can also see this lovely leather padding and wrapping. So that is nice again. That is also the typical blue, indigo blue shade on top of the door pads. And well, from the mid-spec variant itself, the Kia Carens also provides these manually retractable super high quality sun blinds. And you can see the overall size of the second row window. It is humongously massive like an HD TV, but this sun blind easily covers that. So that's how good attention to detail is there in this Kia Carens, and literally it blocks out the sun completely. So that is rather good attention to detail again. Well, apart from that, tiny nifty little touches in this car are the highlights. As you can see, there are 2 C-type USB ports available as standard for the 2 individual rear seat passengers, and not only that, there is also this storage pocket over here. Well, this is no ordinary storage pocket to be precise, because while you can store your small water cans or smartphone while charging or through these ports over here, if your drink or your smartphone is rather hot, you can also cool that by using this vent over here. Yes, this is actually a cooling vent for the second row can holder. How crazy is that? This level of attention to detail I have seen only in super high pricey luxury cars, but the Kia Carens offers this in this 7-seater. The driver seat height adjustment function is also available as standard across all variants of the Kia Carens. So I have adjusted the driver seat for my height, which is 5'11" for reference, and similarly this second row seat just behind the driver has also been adjusted for my comfortable space, legroom and comfortable recline angle as well. So now let's quickly take a look at the third row seating's comfort, convenience and features. Getting into the third row of the Kia Carens is rather easy thanks to the availability of this standard electronic one-touch tumble-down function for the left side seat. Obviously, both side seats also get manual one-touch tumble-down function, which are also standard across all variants. So let me settle down in the third row seat and close the second row door. While you are getting into the third row of the Kia Carens during night time, you also have these small convenience lights for the third row passengers, which probably show the way, show this pathway over here to illuminate the pathway over here for you to get into the third row. So let me just shut the door. If you shut the door, these lights automatically turn off. So that's how convenient everything is. Everything has been thought about in this car. So yeah, well, getting into the third row, this is the view from the third row seat of the Kia Carens, and this is how the cockpit looks like from the rear over here. Well, talking about the legroom space over here, which is the exact talking point. Well, as I already said, I have adjusted this second row seat for my height, for my comfortable position, and despite that I have a decent level of legroom over here with more than enough space to move my knees around. So that is rather nice, unexpected completely, and that is also good level of headroom as well. So my hairstyle does not get messy at all. And the major highlight of these third row seats include the multiple recline angle options. Literally there are almost 6 or 7 recline angle options over here. So first let me show you this. So this is the first angle for the seat backrest, which is bolt upright. Well, there is nothing you can expect from this, and if you want to relax the most, then this is the 7th position. So there are literally 7 recline angle positions for the third row seats alone, which is seriously unheard of in almost any other 7-seat vehicle in India under 30 lakh rupees at least. There are of course the standard adjustable headrests for the third row seat passengers. Then you also get multiple storage pockets including bottle holders also, and both the third row seat passengers also get their individual C-type charging ports on either side of this third row seating area itself, which is also super convenient. And coming towards the roof, as I already said, there are individual AC vents for the third row passengers, and there is also an individual console for LED cabin lighting, which is also standard. So yes, this is a genuine proper 7-seater car over here, the Kia Carens, which also provides crazy level of features for all 3 rows of passengers. Well, now let's take a look at further flexibility by taking a look at the boot space. The Kia Carens, as a matter of fact, is longer than the Maruti Suzuki Ertiga and the XL6, and that's the reason, despite the good level of cabin space, it still provides more than 250 liters of luggage space. Further, the luggage space can be improved by adjusting the recline angle of the third row seats, or the 50-50 split folding third row seats can be completely folded flat, depending on the number of passengers and the amount of luggage. So once you fold flat the third row seats, you get an absolute flat bed with a capacity of more than 500 liters. That said, if you want to move houses or furniture, you can simply go to the sides of the car and simply pull the lever on the side of the second row seats. However, these levers are meant for one-touch tumble down function for the second row seats. The trick is that instead of tumbling the seat entirely forward, you just need to lock it in place with the seat back folded flat. So doing that will release a completely flat loading bay, especially on this 7-seater version. To actually show you the entire cargo bay, I am just folding this side seat as well. So I just folded the seat back flat, and so you can see the entire cargo bay. It is almost van-like, which can be easily used for camping purposes as well, and if you are moving your houses and furniture, you can also use this area. That said, even the second row seats of the 6-seater version can be folded flat. However, it will still have the center gap between the second row seats. Under the boot floor behind the third row seats, you get this decent level of underfloor storage compartment, and if there are 7 passengers in the car, you can use that space as well by removing the boot floor. Fit, finish and attention to detail have been the highlights of the Kia Carens all the way till now, and another highlight is the availability of Velcro on these tags just behind the third row seats, so that they don't interfere with the luggage while loading and unloading. Other features in the Kia Carens boot area, apart from the underfloor compartment, is this yellow boot lamp provided on the left side. Then there's also the subwoofer as a part of the 8 Bose speaker surround sound system. Then on the right side there is also a bag hook for your shopping bags. Finally, regarding the spare wheel, it is located under the body of the Kia Carens, and you can see that it is a full-size 205 section 16-inch tire, except for the fact that this is not an alloy wheel, instead it is a steel wheel. So literally, Kia Motors India have thought about everything in terms of flexibility and luggage space, and all this is seriously impressive. Let's just close this tailgate now and open the engine bay. The Kia Carens is an MPV based on the Kia Seltos and the Sonet, and this is the diesel version. So under the bonnet you get to see the very same 1.5 litre 4-cylinder CRDI turbo diesel engine producing 115 PS of maximum power and 250 Nm of maximum torque. This engine is available with a 6-speed manual gearbox and a 6-speed torque converter automatic. Apart from the diesel engine, the Carens is also available with a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder 115 PS petrol and a 140 PS 1.4 litre turbocharged gasoline direct injection turbo petrol engine, mated to a 7-speed DCT automatic. It has to be mentioned that only the turbo petrol and turbo diesel versions get the automatic option, which also come as standard with multiple drive modes and paddle shifters. That said, all 3 engines are pretty refined and easy to drive. Now let's judge the overall package and value of the Kia Carens. So that was an exhaustive detailed review of the brand new Kia Carens family MPV, and it is easy to see why this MPV is going to be the best in segment in terms of overall packaging, flexibility, features and standard safety. Yes, the Kia Carens is the first MPV to provide 6 airbags along with ESP, hill hold, traction control, downhill braking as standard across all variants, while also providing segment-first features including an electric sunroof, 64-color ambient mode lighting, ventilated seats, and 7-step reclining third-row seats. In fact, the entry-level variant itself also provides driver seat height adjust, and rear AC vents as standard, while the second variant onwards, this car also provides a touchscreen system with reverse parking camera. Well, the Kia Carens could be an impressive family package with multiple engine and transmission choices, which could be a great success if launched in the expected price range. So, meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.